Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Those of you who are hanging out with me live, or those of you who are going to be watching the replay, I hope everybody's had a great weekend and ready for the week. So I wanted just to do a quick live about being in the room. I believe last week, Women CEO Project, Christy Jackson Muhammad had talked about this in reference to her global power tour that is going on in November, but she also has multiple global power tours. But she was talking to her audience about being in the room for it in November. If you are in the Houston area or can travel to the Houston area during that time, I think it's November. It'll be during the time I'm in Dubai, so it should be like around November 14th, around that area. So definitely check her out. But I wanted to talk about being in the room just overall, okay, in your life, especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs, because it's very important. And I wanted to do this today. I thought it'd be perfect to do it today, mainly because we're going into a new week, and this is something to keep in mind going into the new week and going forward, that being in the room or having access to those in a room can bring you a lot of money. And so I just wanted to share a few instances in my life over really in the past year, and definitely within the past week, that has been because I have been in the room, and definitely because people I know have been in the room, but definitely because I have been in the room and I knew what was going on. I'm usually on social media just to see what's going on. Like, I use Twitter as a news source. I use Facebook as a news source. Not it's on my personal page, but it's not the people on my personal page. It's really the news tab that Facebook has. I love that news tab that Facebook has. I just click on it, and I think it gets to the point that it curates the news to what you click on, because a lot of my news feed within that Facebook news tab has become, of course, financial, also government, things that have to do with anything with the government, financial. What else is in there? It's usually never any kind of entertainment news is never in there. I haven't seen any, now that I think about it. But mostly money and government comes up in there, and sometimes healthcare, because I probably have clicked on a few things around the pandemic and so forth, because it'll be something with pandemic and money. It'll be about insurers now saying that they are going to start making people who get COVID-19 and go get hospitalized, insurers are now about to start making people pay for their hospitalization, those kind of things. So that's why I think the healthcare part comes up, because it's always something related to money. But either way, that is usually what I use social media for, is to see what's going on, not only in the States, but in the world, and how I can get a twist off it for my business, as well as anything that has to do with personal finances or financial literacy. So because of that, I have got a lot of opportunities, because I have seen things come up. I've gotten other opportunities for people that get into the room, because I'll see something. For example, not too long ago, I think it was Target was going to do a kind of pitch contest to get beauty supplies or something like that into their stores, and you can pitch them. So I sent the link. I went and found it, sent the link to about 3 or 4 people that I know have products that could be in Target. They never seen it. They had never seen it, but because I was in social media so much looking for different opportunities, I was able to pass that to them, and they were able to get into that program. Last year, now, so this is off of social media. This is just about being in the room. I'm a part of a board, and while I'm still on that board, it's been like a year, and we're still meeting and stuff, because we're working just with entrepreneurs and trying to get more laws for business owners, small business owners, passed in my state and in others. But while I was on one of those calls, came to find out about a local grant that was going to be happening in my city, and learn more about it. And then it was dropping like 2 days later. But because I had heard about it then, I got myself together. So when it did drop, I was able to start to get my information in. This grant was from $0 to $25,000. Out of that grant, I received $10,000 because I was in the room on that call. And that's what I mean. Like, you have to be in the room because there's money there. You have to be in the right rooms, okay? And that's why for you all that are business owners, understanding what deserves your time, okay? And this is something that it's hard to know what that is. It's hard to know what that is at the beginning when you first start your business, mainly because you're trying to make sure you don't miss anything. You're trying to be where everybody is. You know, this might be an opportunity, this might be an opportunity. It's like every shiny object. But when you get later in business, I've been in business for 10 years now, you got to start saying, you know, let's pick and choose the different opportunities that might be there. For example, 2 opportunities came my way yesterday, and I declined both of them, okay? They were on a Saturday and everything, and I was just like, no, because I didn't see a return on investment in there. What I just told you all with the $10,000, I knew that there was going to be a return on investment because I knew what the qualifications were, that the qualifications were so specific that it wasn't going to be, you know, 1,000 people going after this money because it was so specific. And I fit my business and me fit into that specific part of it. And so I was able to get in and then be granted the $10,000, which I used in my business. That $10,000, what I used it for, which was hiring somebody, Facebook ads and so forth, easily probably brought me in $50,000 or $60,000. Okay, so I'm not talking about being in the room just to get the initial money, but being able to be in the room, get the initial money, and then take the initial money and get a return on investment by putting it in the right places. Okay, so that was that $10,000. The return on investment was $60,000. Now to the latest one. Let me make sure I'm missing anything, like being in another room. I'm sure I am, but this is the latest one, okay? And this one is probably the best one. So I am Hub certified. So if anybody on here is a black woman, okay, or you are historically unanalyzed business, you fit the category, usually minorities, you need to get Hub certified. All right, I don't care what state you're in, you need to get Hub certified. It's pretty much the easiest certification, and it's free to get. All right, and I have been telling people to get Hub certified since I got Hub certified last year, I believe. I've been telling people, like, get Hub certified. The resources that they provide, and the state that I'm in, they are really good. Like, they always are having classes, they're always passing on opportunities, they're letting you know what potential contracts are available in the state. They're really good. Well, one day they had sent an email out, and it said on there, the waste management, sure you all know what waste management is. Waste management is having a program, an incubator, and it's called Share the Green. Okay, it didn't say anything about grants on there. It didn't say anything about whatever, right? It just said that this is waste management's Share the Green program. You all should apply for it, okay, if you're in the Hub, if you're Hub certified. And it wasn't even about being Hub certified. It was just about, y'all are part of this group. We think y'all should do this. So it probably was, I think, 2 or 3 days before the deadline. So I had to do it that day. And the application wasn't that bad. I think I got done with it within an hour. Submitted it. A couple of weeks later, I was granted into the program, which I was super excited about. I knew it had something to do with supplier diversity. We were going to learn some things and have a chance. I don't even think I knew at the time we were going to have a chance to do what we eventually did. But either way, I was in the program. I was excited about that. As soon as they let you know, it was like 2 days later, they said, yeah, y'all have 3 weeks of education every Tuesday. And every Tuesday for that education, you're going to be online from 11 a.m. to 3. So I had to commit 3 weeks of education to this program from 11 a.m. to 3. Now, when we met the first day, that first, hours, that first week, we learned that we would be pitching, if we made it to that part, pitching to over 50 companies, our business. All right. once I heard that, I was like, look, game on. All right, game on. Because I'm Hub certified and I was on that email list, I am now in the Share the Green program. Always game on. Because I've been trying to increase the side of my business with corporate contracts. And now here's my opportunity. Okay. So once I found out I was in and what the whole deal was, I talked to my VA. I talked to my 2 high school interns. I said, this is the deal. Next week, I got to speak on the second week of this education, which means one of you 3 are going to have to be on this, these hours long, and I'll come in between my speaking engagements and get in, because part of the program was like, they wanted to see people were committed, them or those in their team were committed to the program. So you needed to be on the education part, and the education was phenomenal. They talked about marketing, they talked about branding. They brought in speakers from Deloitte, they brought in speakers from JP Morgan and Chase, they brought in speakers from Salesforce. These are companies who have committed to help with the program. So not only am I getting this education, I am seeing the names of important people that I can connect with on LinkedIn. This is all about being in the room for Hub certification, and it's leading to all of this. Okay, like, you literally need to be in one room, and one room can turn into multiple rooms and multiple opportunities. That's why I'm doing this live. So when I talked about the $10,000 grant that I ended up being, that was because in one room led me to another room, which led me to $10,000. This one, being Hub certified, led to that email. Now it's led me into a room with 50 plus more companies to put my business in front of. All right. So we go through the 3 weeks of education. Now, before I go to Los Angeles, those who've been following me know I went to Los Angeles a few weeks ago. We had to submit, actually it was during the time I was I was actually at Disney during the deadline. We had to submit a 90-second pitch. I did the pitch, recorded all that kind of stuff before I went to LA. Edited it on the airplane there. Then 4 hours, no sleep.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
My Siri going off. Sorry, guys. Everybody else sleep. No, Janae's on Final Cut Pro editing this video because it's an important video. It's a 90-second pitch because you don't automatically get to be in front of the 50 companies. What they were measuring was, your participation in this 90-second pitch video to get you to the next round in order to be in front of the companies. So if they didn't pick my video, game over, right? Thank goodness they picked my video. And last week, was it last week? No, the week before. No, wait a minute. Last week, yeah. Last week was the final pitches. So on the 24th, I pitched in front of these companies. And then they had a whole program on the 26th with for Women's Equality Day, and basically announcing the winners. And the winners are basically the people who got picked by companies to work with them. So I did the best I could on the 24th, and then the 26th came, and my name came up on 2 different screens of 2 different companies. The first one was Fleet Genius, and then I'm going to also work with Waste Management. So now I have 2 possible corporate contracts because I was in the room. All right. And in the room was being Hub certified. If I wasn't Hub certified, I would have never received that email. I would have never known about Share the Green program with Waste Management at all. So I hope you all are getting what I'm saying. Okay. I hope you all are getting what I'm saying. I don't know where this is going to lead, but before I didn't have a chance of being partnered with Waste Management or Fleet Genius, and now I do. Okay, and having those because Waste Management, if y'all don't know, that's when y'all see all the green trash can garbage trucks, their recycles and everything. Everybody should know what Waste Management is, right? It's the big green trucks. They got yellow and green with Waste Management. WM now is a huge company, and being able to partner with them as well as Fleet Genius in any capacity would have never been possible if I wasn't in the room, if I wasn't where I needed to be. Okay, and I just became Hub certified last year, right? And now this opportunity can turn into multiple opportunities. Even since last week during that presentation and during the whole awards, like the views on my LinkedIn have skyrocketed. Like somebody in the procurement department of Volvo Group looked at it yesterday. So although I got those two, which a lot of people didn't, you know, it was out of 191 companies across the country. I was one of 191 companies, and it ended up being 65 organizations there picking people and to work with, picking one of the 191 companies. Everybody didn't get picked. You seen a lot of people disappointed, a lot of people saying, well, I didn't get picked today, those kind of things. Like, it wasn't a sure thing. These companies don't have to work with you, all right? But at least it opens the door for more opportunities. So the reason I did this live is just to help you understand how important it is to be in the right rooms, how important it is, and this is for my business owners and anybody else who's trying to make it to a different level, to stay away from crap. Like anything that is wasting your time, anything that is not putting money in your pocket, putting peace in your life, making your life easier is crap, okay? It is crap, and it is a waste of time. The thing that you can't buy is time. The one thing that you can't get back is your time. And I am seriously talking to those of you who are entrepreneurs, those of you who have businesses, okay? But even those of you who want more, don't waste your time doing stupid stuff, okay? Like I said, it was 2 opportunities that came to me yesterday, and I was just like, oh no, that is going to waste my time, may cost me some money, and it's not bringing me in money, okay? It's going to take my time, it's probably going to irritate me, and it's not going to make me any money. That is a hard no. Like, no, okay? And that's the way I think about things even more today, especially because my children are getting older, and I want to make sure I am there with them for their tennis matches, their basketball games. And so I can only do opportunities that are going to grow my bottom line, so I can have even more time to watch their tennis matches and their basketball games. So everything fits into this small circle that I have right now. And so I'm making sure that I'm not in any rooms that waste my time, okay? And definitely don't bring in any money. If they don't bring in any money, no, I can't be in that room. So make sure that you have some kind of criteria in front of you before going into a room, before choosing a room. And one of those criteria, it better be making you some money, especially if you're an entrepreneur. It better be making you some money. If not, you're wasting time, and that time could have been used to capitalize on something that had a return on investment. I am about to go to Atlanta in a few weeks, and that is being in the room. It is going to be in the room with hundreds of potential clients of mine. That's another be in the room. If I do things right, like I have done in the past, all right, in this room that I'm about to be in, that's tens of thousands of dollars into my business next year, okay? Probably a couple of grant, not a couple, you know, like maybe 20 grand this year if I decide. I don't know, I would have to work in November. I don't know if I decide to work in November. Well, I am working in November, but that's Dubai. Either way, let's just say that this room that I'm going in September could mean tens of thousands of dollars in 2022. That's what I'm going there for. I'm going for a 2022 return on investment. That's what that room is about. But I need to be in the room. That is a room that I discovered about 4 years ago, and I go to that room every single year because it is worth tens of thousands of dollars for my business. Be in the room. Find the right rooms, be in them, perform, and get your return on investment. Okay? So those of you just joined me, feel free to watch the replay. I talked about the being in the right room to get $10,000 grant last year. I got another grant. I can't even think. I got $20,000 in grants last year, but the one I can definitely remember is the $10,000 one. And then the second one was about being in the room as a Hub certified organization and being able now to partner with 2 corporations. That was a whole different room. So feel free to watch the replay to see what I said about that. But I hope everybody's had a great weekend and your Sunday has been a blessed one. Go ahead and sketch out what room you plan to be in this week, or what room you're trying to get in this week. Like I said, I'm working on, the results of the room that just granted me those 2 corporates this week. And so I'm concentrating on that and getting ready for the room in the middle of September, because that's one that I have to be focused in. All right, like everything has to be right. So this week is about getting my marketing material right. It's about making sure all my travel is correct. My presentation is on point for that